Now, the Valley's top teacher, sponsored by Calhoun Community College.
Teachers wear many hats, including educator and nurturer. And for one teacher in Mount Carmel, she caters to her students like they are her own children. She's bent on building her community and breaking cycles. Meet this week's Valley's top teacher, Mrs. Mary Tate.
Miss Tate,
yes, love.
You're not going to believe this.
Hello.
But we have a surprise for you.
What?
You have been named Fox 54 Valley Top Teacher of the Week.
What?
Yes.
Meet Mrs. Mary Tate.
I've been teaching for a long time. I opened this school. I was one of the original teachers that opened Mount Carmel when we got here. There's only like 2 of us left.
Every year, Mrs. Tate
Right.
has welcomed in a new class of first graders for 15 years.
Slide. Now let's do she. Oh,
This
there you go,
community
Peyton.
is close to home for her.
I grew up in New Market. I went to school at New Market. I'm a Buckhorn Buck, and I'm a community person. I had to go home. I had to go home and do what was done for me.
Mrs. Tate knew teaching was her calling when she was once a student.
I grew up in the projects, and I had teachers that said, you do this, you win. You do this, they can't stop you. You do this, you won't be in the cycle. Break the cycle. I broke the cycle, and now I'm breaking cycles. And I'm helping children climb to where they can go.
Tate knows teaching goes beyond the walls of her classroom and the school.
When their parents know that my #1 job and my #1 goal is to make sure they are successful. And they know when they walk in here on orientation day, like you said, you're a hugger. I hug every one of them because those parents become part of my family.
The Tennessee Valley is known for its science and technology, and one teacher in Florence is helping his students learn STEM by getting hands-on with robotics. Meet this week's Valley's top teacher, Central High School's Mr. Lucas Marks.
Mr. Marks. Mr. Marks, I'd like to congratulate you. You've been nominated for Fox 54 Valley Top Teacher.
Wow, thank you.
Meet Mr. Lucas Marks.
This is my 6th year of teaching out at Central.
Marks says he grew up with a lot of farming equipment and machinery. It's what gave him the spark to translate what he knows to science and now to students.
I guess just being able to pass on knowledge of how things work and seeing the kids get to enjoy doing something that's real life. In robotics, we get to enjoy designing things and building things from scratch.
I like it, but I do believe we are building a Zabos. They made it an anagram of Bezos. Basically, we're building a robot that is moving things that will go to build another robot, in theory, if this was actual instead of just an example.
Junior Cole Jenkins has been in the robotics program for 2 years. He gives us a picture of what it's like having Marks as his teacher.
He's good at making sure we understand things hands-on, making sure we don't hurt anybody or ourselves. You know, he took over from a lady who did a wonderful job with our robotics program.
Principal Dwayne Keener says this program is great exposure to students beyond high school.
Just opening doors and opening these kids' eyes on that there are multiple things that they can do in the future by being in robotics.
Well, I love coming and being with kids. I always said if I turn into one of those teachers that hates getting up to come to work every morning, then I was going to quit and find something else to do. But just getting to see them learn and to be able to do something that they enjoy.
When the sun comes up, so does one second-grade teacher from Falkville Elementary School. In fact, she's considered a ray of sunshine. Meet this week's Valley's top teacher, Letha Lewis. When you walk into Letha Lewis's classroom,
All right, so this is your time to shine.
not only is it filled with sunshine, if you can't tell already,
Miss Lewis is a ray of sunshine. She's always willing to do whatever.
her love for teaching started when she was once a student.
I had the most fantastic 3rd grade teacher. Her name was Angela Wynn. Okay, thumbs up when you're ready. She made learning fun. She loved every student equally and just made learning come to life.
Lewis's inspiration compelled her to do what she loves year after year.
This is year 18. Yes, so I have to think about it sometimes. I forget.
She believes that she's more than a teacher to her students.
I tell them that I'm their school mom,
But Lewis says COVID has been a challenge during the past few school years.
I think that we're just still trying to gain that ground that was lost from that time. So it made us appreciate being able to sit near each other again and be able to see faces.
Now that she and the kids are back.
I want the kids to enjoy learning. That's number one. So I try to do fun lessons to get them to just want to be here. I also, of course, want them to learn life lessons too, you know, not just for a classroom, but, you know, things that'll help them in the future, manners and respect and treating people kindly. So that kind of makes me want to get up every day and come do my job.
One teacher has made the Tennessee Valley her home after living in Virginia. She's been a teacher here for more than just 2 months and is already making quite the impression on her students. Meet this week's Valley's top teacher, Kelly Bayless from Riverton Elementary School.
First grade teacher, Mrs. Kelly Bayless.
So we can count on.
Loves what she does because of her connection with kids.
I love it. I love kids. One of my favorite things is when they, when the light bulb turns on and they get something and their eyes get big and it's exciting. When I see this age, their imagination's still alive. They love it. They love to learn. They're excited about it, and they have so much to learn, and the growth is incredible. So you start with, you know, a little acorn and you get a pretty big sized tree at the end of the year.
She and her husband recently moved from Virginia, taking their talents to the Tennessee Valley.
My husband just retired from active duty Army, so we did the 20 years, and then he got a job down here in Huntsville. So we did one last blind move where you move and you don't know anybody and you just go for the job, and then I got lucky enough to get hired here.
Bayless says she's only been teaching for about 4 years.
Oh yes, I decided to start teaching at the absolute worst time ever. So I started teaching the same year COVID hit, so I have taught in person, online. I've taught where we've got half the kids coming in and half the kids virtual. I love having them all here. This is much better. It is much more fun to have everybody in the classroom. So there's been a lot of interesting challenges. I think learning all the tech was huge for me because I'm kind of a dinosaur, so learning to teach virtually, a little bit of a Luddite.
What motivates her to keep going?
Keep going because you get to know the kids. And you know what they know and what they need to know, and you fall in love with them. And then you wake up at 3 in the morning and you're like, oh, I didn't do that right. We could do it this way better. And your husband's like, go back to sleep. You have 5 kids of your own.